All right, how's everybody doing today? Today we are going to be doing Chapter 7, Section 2, and our essential question is, how can you multiply two polynomials? So let's start off with some examples. On our first one, A, we have x plus 2 times x plus 5. There's a couple different methods that we use here. I'm going to show you both methods, and I'll show you which one I kind of like. For this first one, you're going to take that x, and you're going to multiply it by everything, and then you're going to take the 2, and you're going to multiply it by everything. So you're going to be distributing twice. So x times x, x times 5. 2 times x, 2 times 5. Then you want to make sure that you combine your like terms. 5x and 2x gives you 7x. So the product, or the answer, is x squared plus 7x plus 10. The vertical method is just like it sounds. And I'm not big on this one. Maybe I should not have said that so that you can kind of form your own opinion. You take that -4 and you multiply -4 times 3 gives you -12. 4 times x gives you -4x. And then you're going to do the same thing. X times 3 gives you 3x, x squared, or x times x gives you x squared. Add them together, and you're going to get x squared minus x minus 12. So here we're going to take 2x minus 3 times x plus 5. I don't normally do this step. I just automatically in my head know that that is going to be a -3. You want to think of that as a -3. But this method is sometimes called the box method. And I do like this. So that first polynomial, I made that 2x minus 3. And I put it up here. And the next one is x plus 5, x, and 5. And then you're just going to multiply 2x times x, gives you 2x squared. -3 times x gives you -3x. 2x times 5 is 10x. And 5 times -3 is -15. You're going to combine those like terms, which are happening right here. So that gives you 7x. All right. I don't care which method you use. Go ahead, try multiplying these out. Let's see how you do. Probably want to hit pause. You know, I think the table, which I call the box method, is probably the most foolproof one. And this is FOIL. You're going to hear me say this word a lot, where I talk about the first, outer, inner, and last. It's really just like the distributive property, but they've given it a fancy name. The first, so you're multiplying the first terms of each polynomial. The outer, the O of OI, you're multiplying the outer terms. The I, you multiply the two inner terms. And the last, you multiply the two last terms. A lot of times, you're going to see me draw those arrows. And if you're a visual person, draw those arrows every single time. It'll help eliminate mistakes. So when I talk about the arrows, I'll show you what I mean. First, outer, inner, last. So those are the arrows that I'm going to use. So x times x, x squared. X times -6, -3 times x, -3 times -6. Combine your like terms. You have to be an expert at your positive and negative integers. -6 minus 3 is -9. I can't combine any further because there aren't any more like terms. So there's my answer. Do the same thing first. That's going to give me 6x squared. Outer. Inner. And last. Combine your like terms. Negative 10x plus 3 is going to give me negative 7x. And there's my final answer. All right. Take a second and hit pause. Try these 4 on your own. All right, this is a fun one because if you notice, I'm taking a binomial, multiplying it by a trinomial. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the vertical method here. I'm going to talk about the horizontal one in just a second. So multiply 5 times everything. 5 times negative 2, 5 times negative 3x, 5 times x squared. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the x. Line up your like terms underneath each other, add them together, and that's your final answer. I don't know if that's the approach I would have taken. I would have probably just multiplied them like that and horizontally gotten 5x squared minus 15x minus 10. And then multiplied right here and gotten you know what? I was looking off the answer. Should not have been doing that when I multiplied it the first time. I should have been x cubed minus 3x squared minus 2x because I was multiplying by the x on everything. Then here on the 5, 5x squared. Five times negative 3. 5 times negative 2. Then go ahead and combine your answers. That is what you will end up with. Tell you what, why don't you just try 9 and 10 on your own and see how you do. Take x times these 3 terms. Take 1 times these 3 terms. Combine your like terms. All right, take a second and think about what the most significant or the most important part of the lesson was today and answer that to yourself. Get ready for 7-3 tomorrow.